We already, say that I don't have the resource, I don't have this one, right? I don't have my means and resources. But what we consider resources in microeconomics, it is anything that has economic value. What does it mean? Anything that you have which is not free is called resource, not free. So right now, the light that you are using, it is free? No, you are paying the bill, electricity bill, right? So this is a resource. This technology that you are using, Chumu, it is resource. Did you have to pay for that? You didn't pay, but I paid for subscription. For me, it is a resource because it's not free. For me, it is, I have to pay for that. Right? So in one sense, Chumu is also a resource for you. Why? Because you are using it in your computer. And computer is free, or mobile phone is free, or your tablet is free. So it means in order to run the Chumu, you must have some kind of gadget, some kind of device. You have to pay for that. So in that sense, this is a resource for your education, right? So services of a housewife, your mom sometimes, maybe some others who have a working mom, some have a housewife, home working mom. So you see, your mom's doing laundry for you, cooking food for you is not a resource because you are not paying for them. Right? Similarly, the sunshine is not a resource. Rain is not a resource unless you pay for artificial rain. In some areas, like in Gulf cities, in Gulf countries, the government imposed taxes because there is too much hot, weather over there. So they, use some kind of chemicals to bring rain, some artificial rain. In that case, that is a resource. But rain, free rain, is not a resource. Right? So also the air in which we breathe. If it's without purification, you are not incurring any cost of purification or something. Like I'm inhaling free air here without any inhaling or without any, paying the cost. This is, for me, this is not a resource. But if I use the fan for air purposes to breathe, not to breathe, just make myself cool because here it's too hot here. So that is a resource. The air condition that you are right now in, it is a resource. So we cleared the concept of resource, what we mean in economics, the word resource. And now, before going to economics, let's talk about the economy. So economy or economy, two pronunciation, both are correct. So the word economy or economy comes from a Greek word called oikonomos, which means one who manages household. So if somebody is managing household, right? For example, in households, there is some kind of decision, some kind of hierarchy. Who cooks the dinner? Who does the laundry? Similarly, if you apply that concept into overall country, so you can easily understand that in a society, there are some jobs that are allocated. So basically, society allocated the jobs. How many tailors are going to be needed? How many, you can say that schools are needed. How many degrees of management are needed? How many management professionals are needed? How many chemical engineers are needed? How many factories are needed? Right? So on a household stuff, we talk about, we narrow it down, but if we broaden the concept of this household, so we came to the idea here. Similarly, a society must decide what jobs will be done, who will do them, like who grow foods, who make clothing, who, making the, you can say, houses, constructions, finances, banks, government, right? So according to the father of economics, Alfred Marshall, economy is the study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It means economy is a group of people interacting with one another as they go about their lives. Right? So economy means you go out from your house, you go to the fruit market, you bought the fruit, you are in an economy because you interacted with the seller. Right? You conduct the transactions. Then you go to the cloth shop, you bought some clothes, you also create economy over there. This is the economy working over there. You buy food, meat, you buy car, you go to petroleum stations, you go for vote, right? You go out, you go to the bank, ATM. This all circle of life, ordinary business of life is economy. It's not like that there is a war and you are going out to cash out from the bank. During the war, you are going to ATM, because that's not the ordinary business of life. That is special circumstances. Like in Corona pandemic, that was not the economy. Why? That's why we say that economy is badly disturbed, economy is halt, economy is on recession, economy is completely destroyed. Why? Because there is no ordinary business of life there. So now we understand the word economy and resources. Now let's talk about the concept of scarcity, scarce resources. So we talk about the resources, right? The management of society's resources is important. Why? Because resources are scarce, which means our wants are unlimited, right? And our resources are limited. For example, if I want to buy a private jet for myself, that is my wish. Do I have the resource? Do I have the money to buy that one? No. So even if I have the money to buy a private jet, then my new desire comes to buy a rocket, to buy a private rocket for myself. And even if I buy the private rocket, then I want to buy a whole space shuttle for myself. Even I have all the money, I want to buy Mars planet. So your desires and wants are unlimited, but resources are always limited. Even if you have all the power in the world, all the money in the world, all the water wells, gold, everything is you have, you still want to be a god, but you still cannot be the god, right? So it means your wants are unlimited. In order to fulfill those wants, you have limited resources. So this is the concept of scarcity. Everybody understand? Guys, please participate. It's like I'm only talking to myself. right? So please, during the class, try to communicate with me either through chat or either through your microphone. Even if you are not comfortable with the camera, so please talk through microphone, okay?
All right.
Now we are able to define what is economics. So economics is the study of how society manages its scarce resources. So now you understand what do we mean by society or economy? What do we mean by resources and what do we mean by scarce resources? Right? You need to decide within your budget that which money allocated, which money I need to allocate to the agriculture, to the R&D, to the marketing, to the sales, to the finance, to the HR, right? So this is just one company, but we are talking about economics. So this is how the society, okay, we have 1 billion population, how much tailors needed, what will be the salary of the tailors, how they will be spending, how many scientists we need, how many nuclear scientists, how many chemical scientists, how many physicists, right? This is on aggregate level. So here the key word is choose. The society has to choose from scarce resources, right? Because wants are unlimited. Even though United States is a superpower, it still need to choose either to go for trade or go for war with China, right? Resources are allocated through the combined actions of millions of households and firms. Like I told you, there are a number of jobs, number of occupations that society must allocate. So we can say that economics is behavioral and social science. Yes, because we are tapping the behavior of the people. If we increase our price from 9 to 10 yuan, whether people will buy or not, this is behavior, social science. I increase my price of my product because I'm doing my business. Whether people will buy it, it means it is a social science. So in simple words, in a very simple definition, economics is the study of how people make choices, right? So then who are economists? Those people who study how people make decisions when they go to the market, which product to buy, which product not to buy, whether to buy or not, how much they work, are they working 7 days a week, 5 days a week, 4 days a week, 3 days a week, or on hourly basis, what they want to buy. Either they are spending on luxury goods, on just fulfilling their necessities, or in between.